open doors where I am now. Where I am now. I'm in a special place. I took a walk in grace. Where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. This FYI radio show with your host, Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live at WMVA 88.9 FM studio, WGPL 1350 studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton's Facebook page, and guess what? You can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the world, all you have to do is go to www.1350am, WPCE 1400 AM. Go down to Church Webcast, click and listen live. And now, I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Another day above dirt, another day that the Lord has supplied us to see the breaking of a new day. It's 57 degrees on the outside. The weatherman said it's going to be mostly sunny all day long, and the rain done passed over.
Well, we want to welcome our neighbors. We want to welcome WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace 95.3 FM, WPCE 1400 AM, WMVA 88.9 FM. Good morning.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we promise we'll shout you out.
You promise?
Promise. Get yourself over there to YouTube at Cristo Records 1, CRISTO Records 1, or at FYI Radio Show host Yolanda Hinton. Go to all our channels and make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, and we promise we'll shout you out.
You promise.
Promise.
Shout out.
Look, today is home day. And I tell you what, it's the middle of the week. You all should be up and popping. And I tell you what we have on this hump day. We have the current job list.
That's right. Just before we go any further, Ms. Hinton, there are some listeners want to know, how do they get you via TikTok?
TikTok, Y Hinton, YHINTON. Get over there to YHINTON. We're over here on TikTok. We're trying to pull Mr. E as well as myself on. We're going to have to position our cameras and stuff so he can come on so you all can see him over. You hear him, but you can't see him, and we want to remedy that. But yes, come on over if you want to come over to TikTok, Y Hinton, YHINTON. And don't forget our other channels. Don't forget to subscribe. We're on Facebook on all kinds of channels, Twitter, LinkedIn, and of course, Instagram. We are up and popping.
Well, this is the holiday season. Thanksgiving is right around the corner. Christmas is coming too. And these are their jobs out there, what they call seasonal jobs. So if you're looking for a job in retail, grocery store, Home Depot, if you're looking for a job at UPS, Amazon, they're looking for you. Those folks are looking for you because they need you now. So if you need a job, make sure you go down to Amazon, go down to UPS, go down to Federal Express, Home Depot, go down to Lowe's, go down to, Barnes and Noble, go anywhere out there now, because there are seasonal jobs out there, TJ Maxx, and you name it. They need you. Walmart, they need you because the season is in. And don't forget that the Wetland Watch is looking for a neighborhood resilience project manager And the city of Newport News is looking for assistant city attorney.
Wow. Okay. Suffolk Public Library, a community resource liaison. Also, Hampton Roads Workforce Council. They need an emerging workforce career coach.
Don't forget that the Girl Scouts of the Colonial Coast is looking for financial specialist, APAR, and the Tidewater Classic Guitar is looking for a part-time donor relations associate.
All right. We have the Virginia Living Museum. They need grants officer, guest engagement associate, people and culture manager, senior animal keeper, and the Norfolk Public Library. They need a school outreach contractual worker, outreach ambassador there at Norfolk Public School.
For kids is looking for a housing stabilization specialist, an intake specialist, and education coordinator.
All right, and you have the Senior Director of Advancement needed at Virginia Zoological Society, Suffolk Public Library. Again, they need a part-time library associate.
Home House Foundation is looking for a director support professional, and the Wetlands Watch is looking for a CBLP coordinator.
All right, we have NAMI, Coastal Virginia, Outreach and Volunteer Coordinator needed. Virginia Living Museum, Guest Engagement Associate, Senior Animal Keeper, and Grants Officer.
The YWCA is looking for a program coordinator, administrator assistant, part time, youth service coordinator, volunteer and outreach coordinator, executive center is what they needed.
All right, Christian Broadcasting Network, Remote First Shift Center representative, full and part time. Remote Second Shift Contact Center representative, full time and part time. Remote First Shift Bilingual Contact Center representative, full time and part time. And Connect with the Wish Development Director.
That's right. You make sure you jot it down and go get these jobs. And please, don't tell nobody that you can't get jobs. You can get jobs, and the budget is high, the tariff is high. So if you need a job, Grandma, that boy need a job, put him out the house and make him go and get him a job.
Again, go to our pages. They're there on all the Facebook pages, platforms. Also on LinkedIn, you'll find it there. Please make sure you share those jobs. If you don't need one, make sure you email them to your friends, text them to your friends, and let's make sure everybody has employment.
That's right.
Well, I tell you what, Mr. E, is so much going on. And before we get on our topic, on yesterday evening, the House of Representatives and the Senate pushed through this bill, Mr. E. They pushed it through so quick it was like made your head spin about the Epstein bill that just they've been trying to get this thing through and talked about for quite some time. And so I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm telling you, let's see what happens. Let's see if these ladies get justice finally.
Well, you know, Miss Hinton, they opened up a keg of worms all over
Ooh.
again. And once they open it all up, you can rest assured that everybody that was in the body thought that it was gone and underneath the rug. Now they open it up again, so somebody gonna have to pay.
Well, you have your culprits, those that did harm to the women, but then you had a system, and this is what the ladies are also talking about: a system wherein they closed doors, they wouldn't let the information go through. They said that they would investigate, and they didn't. They just made a mockery of the whole investigation and would not let this thing out, protecting folk, all these folk in high places, the rich. And I tell you what, let's see how it plays out. It's going to Trump's desk today. President Trump has to sign it. And let's see if these things that these young ladies needed at that time and now will take place, or the powers that be that want to hide and sneak and steal, cover up, will still try to find ways of covering up this mess.
They will.
Woo, but anyway, let's move on from there. You all follow the story, it's everywhere. In the meantime, this is FYI Wednesday segment. What's under the hat? Issues concerning you men. And I tell you what we're going to talk about today are what are men's needs in society.
Men needs in society are often tied to their roles and the pressures of traditional masculinity, including respect and admiration.
Yes, men often need to feel valued and respected for their contribution, achievements, and identity.
Does you see anything wrong with that?
Do I see anything wrong with that? First of all, do we hear men asking for those things?
Well, I really don't think that men need to ask for those things. Respect should go a long ways, and admiration. I think that once a man has completed some tasks, and even though he's a baby daddy, and he still need to have some respect and
Yeah, he needs to
admiration.
respect himself first of all, and he has to show respect in order to get. Sometimes things are not just easily done, especially in this life that we live in. People just ain't not gonna give you your kudos, your honors and stuff unless they feel like you deserve it or they want to give it. And so respect and admiration first starts with loving yourself, respecting yourself, and then you can receive those things. But getting to the point of our research, it says men often need to feel valued, so they don't feel it. Why you don't feel valued
Well, some
and respected for their contributions, achievements, and identity? That means you sit back waiting for somebody to pat you on the back, which is nothing wrong. I think you should give men respect and admiration. But I tell you what, men, if you don't get it from who you think you want it from, you better get it for yourself. You better get it from God because, like I said, people sometimes withhold certain things from people because they feel like, hey, you a man, you strong, you don't need certain things. You supposed to be somebody that don't cry, don't have emotions, and so why should we, go the extra mile for you? Men sometimes it's a two-edged sword or a curse, seem like a curse where people look at men and feel like that they don't have to have these things.
Well, I beg to differ. Some men out there beg to differ. They do need those that
No, I said they
respect.
feel they. Some people feel like they shouldn't have them.
Right, right, okay. So, but anyway, folks need to give men all the proper spots, respect that they need. Here's the kicker part there: that if it weren't for a man, there are a whole lot of folk would not be here.
And that's the truth. That's right. Men and a man and a woman, they come together and they give birth. That's how God made it, and that's where the world continues to grow and stuff. You can't have one without the other. But like I said, respect and admiration sometimes have to be earned, and sometimes people, don't just necessarily just hand it over. It's something that they, grow to give. Or hey, some people, like I said, withhold it because they say, hey, you ain't doing nothing for me, or you ain't all that. What in the world I need to respect you for? It is something that how we look at one another in society because there are times when people don't want to give people respect. There's time when there's the race thing. We wouldn't have this thing in our country with race if there was respect just like handed out like that. Oh, you a human being. Let's give you the respect. Sometimes it don't work like that, but it should. People should get the respect that they need and deserve. It also says support and encouragement.
A desire for emotional backing, especially a safe space to express vulnerability and insecurity without judgment.
Mhm.
That men need the support and the encouragement to let them know that they've been working all their life. They toed the bar all their life. They've been out there doing everything they should be doing to provide to make this world a better place to live. And they should have a support system. they should have encouragement to let them know. I see so many military folks get
Mm-hmm.
more encouragement. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it had not been for these men, and when we look at this, men had to start way back long ago. They had to learn. They had to go through the trials, and so folks should say, regardless if he doing this or doing that, thank you so much for all you have done.
Well, that sounds really good. We should have support. Or, man, it says a desire for emotional backing, especially a safe space to express vulnerability. They should have that somewhere. I mean,
Somewhere.
mom should have given it to you. Dad should have given it to you. Your siblings or family members. And then you go out in the world and you look for companionship and things like that. Of course, yes, you should have that place,
That's
that
right.
unconditional love, which does come from family and loved ones. A strong social connection. Oh, that's important.
They need genuine
Mhm.
friendship and community to combat the high rate of isolation and loneliness.
Yes. Some people, that's what I was just saying.
Strong social connection.
Some people don't think that men have emotions and needs like this. They figured, hey, you're a man, you just go through life caveman, but there are things that men need. Now, that's why I asked you the question, are you all expressing your needs? Do we have to tell you that you need something, or are men vocal, and are they uh, outwardly saying, listen, this is what I need? Or do they go around, acting like cavemen, like, oh, I'm going to express with emotion. I was telling my grandson, who is 11, going on 12, to make sure that he verbalized the things that he feels inside his emotion or anything that he's going through. Because sometimes you can get, and it could be male or female, but we're talking about men now. You can get young men and men who just want to express themselves by acting all mad and bad and crazy. It's like, wait a minute, stop that and start speaking the things that you need or you feel. But it's hard to really discuss and communicate with men sometimes because they want to go by just their anger and all that kind of stuff. They don't want to get it out, and sometimes they don't know how to get it out. So I talk to our young men, and I talk to my grandson about speaking and not just using that rough body language.
Well, some men that, they go into a silence, we shut down. We did a segment one time before how men shut
Mm-hmm.
down. Some men don't need nobody to diffuse or to tell them what they did wrong or how they did it wrong,
Really?
to let somebody know what's going on. Men sometimes are they shut down because they trying to explain or tell what's popping, and sometimes folks don't understand, won't even look and think it's supposed to be that way or no way at all.
Well, like I said, with my grandson, you're not going to sit up here looking all puffed up. You got to express what you feel and what you need, and let's discuss, how we can get things better, how you can get what you need and want. And so I encourage men everywhere to stop pouting and carrying on and being mad and tell people what you need. We don't know what you need unless you say it. All that blowing up and acting like you a big old blowfish. Don't nobody know what you need by expressing that. What they do is they will want to stay away from you, or they will put barriers up and say, stay away from me because you are out of control and mean. We do not want to give the impression that men don't have feelings or needs. But when you not don't know how to express yourself, then that becomes a problem.
When you see strong social connection, a need for a genuine friendship and community to combat the high rate of isolation and
Mm-hmm.
loneliness. In other words, some of these men just need an ear. He don't need nobody to tell this, tell that. He need a listening ear,
Mm.
because what happens to a lot of men, because they don't have other brotherhoods that they can go to talk to, they shut down, especially when they trying to explain themselves and closed ears are right in front of
Well,
them.
men need ear and they need to hear the truth because Lord, no, don't sit around here thinking that you can't be taught or learn or hear things that are the truth. And so the two go together. Yes, I'm going to give you an ear, but I'm going to give you the truth. Don't play with me. I'm not going to sit here and think that you just going to I'm your counselor, psychiatrist. I'm not your counselor, your psychiatrist. I care about those that I come in contact with. But if the truth is there, and that goes vice versa, if the truth is needed, the truth is going to be told.
Profession,
Yes, you got the
professional
professional
identity
identity.
and financial stability, the pressure up to be a provider and success professionally remains in a significant source of stress and shapes self-worth for many men. When a man
Ooh,
can't do what he wants to do, when he's not financial stable,
why isn't he financial
he
stable?
works every day and he's trying to take the world on his hand. When he's not financial
Is he a good
stable,
steward?
he could be,
Is
but
he,
we don't know
what if he's
what.
not?
One of the things we don't know about men is what they're doing, what they're
Yes,
doing
we
with their
do.
money. How they're spending their money. Do they know how to manage their money? These are some of the things that some men really have a problem with, and are they spending it in the right place? Do they have
Mm.
habits? Do they have habits that nobody else knows about? Do they have cigarette smoking habits or beer drinking habits? That
Mm-hmm.
they don't know, or clothing spending money habits, that or they just want to show everybody they got a piece of change in their pocket, but don't know how to manage the money.
Yeah, but see, that's where health comes in, information and knowledge. Because if you don't know how to steward, there are plenty of places, organizations, and things out here to help you to learn how to steward. And so, the needs that men need in society can be filled if they search for the help and if they're willing to learn, like I said earlier. Now you have the positive role models and clear identity. In a changing society, many men and boys seek clear guidance and positive masculine role models to navigate evolving expectation. These needs often intersect with challenges like high rates of suicide and mental health struggles, which are exacerbated by social norm discouraging emotional, like I said, emotional expression, you being able to speak what you need. Positive role models. Men have enough positive role models, Mr. E. Do they
Well,
have?
when you look at all the men out here, sometimes it doesn't happen in the world. It happens when they're yet young. If they don't have a foundation, if mama them ain't taught them how to manage and how to open up and express themselves, it starts at a foundation at home first. And when they
Mm-hmm.
can't discuss things and they didn't know, like daddy never had no money, so daddy couldn't tell them how to govern their money
Mm.
or how to spend their money.
Yeah.
If they never had nobody sit down to the table and explain to them what's the important things about spending the money, what they need to do. A lot of men was told yet in early ages that you need to take care of your family,
Mm-hmm.
you need to keep a roof on their head, keep food in their belly, and that's what you need to do.
Yes, men's needs in society, like all people, include basic survival needs, which is food, shelter, psychological needs like safety, love, and respect. Men also specifically need a sense of purpose, significance, and contribution, along with social connection and the opportunity for personal growth and respect for their competence and value. Now, that's a very key thing, personal growth. The thing about it is being patient with men, because just like anybody else, they do need room to grow, and looking at men and thinking that they have all the answers or that they don't have feelings and emotion is a wrong thing, because they have to be able to come from a baby to a little boy to a teenage to a man. It takes time. He'll make mistakes. There has to be personal growth there and patience with men to get where they need to be.
One of the things you got to understand about men, and this is what a lot of men has been told as they grew up, that you're not a man if you cry.
Hmm.
Well, just go back when they was babies. When the doctor brought them, when they came into this world, they bust out crying. And when God created them, He gave them tear ducts. He gave them
Yes.
opportunity and emotion where a man could cry.
Mhm.
Please, we need to get rid of that word. A man ain't a man if he don't cry.
Oh,
He's
God.
he's been equipped. He's been given some emotional skills, some crying skills, so that he can shed a tear every now and then. Some men just need to cry.
All right. Well, let's look. How can men get their needs met? That's the thing. Men can get their needs met by challenging societal stereotypes. And you just mentioned that the
That's
man is
right.
going to cry. That discourage emotional expression and help seeking. You cannot stifle a child's emotions and stop them from expression. They have to prioritize emotional well-being. They have to actively work on emotional literacy and vulnerability, recognizing that seeking help is a sign of strength and not weakness. You got to get help. If you need help, get help. Whatever area it is, if it's financial, if it's mental health. One time in the community, especially the black community, they even believe in a whole lot of counseling and mental health, going to doctors and stuff. But hey, if you have a need to get yourself, your mind and heart and spirit regulated, there are places that you can do. You can go to the church, but I'll tell you what, you can also include counseling that where someone can help you to dig deep inside yourself to find out what are my needs and why am I the way I am.
They got to learn also how to build a strong connection. When you build a strong connection, seek out and cultivate supportive friendship and male community groups. That
Hmm.
when they started going to these different organizations, community groups, and expressing themselves, especially them men who has been brought up by a
Yeah.
single family. Mama brought them up, and then they still got to learn how to
Hmm.
be a man. If a
Yes.
man has not been brought up by a man, they don't know the secrets that a man has or what to do as a man. So
Yes.
so now men has to learn what a man is, what a man's supposed to
Hmm.
do, because all they saw was a female in their home that raised, which did a wonderful job with them
Hmm.
and raising to be grown men. But men has to learn how to get back into community, get back and build a strong support group connection,
Hmm.
not just going on the corner with a fifth of wine or a jug of liquor and drinking with the boys and all of y'all get intoxicated
Yeah.
and talking crazy. But to live in a strong society, live in this world, you got to build a great strong support.
Absolutely. Get those role models, people that you can model after. Don't try to model after some of these folk that are not going nowhere, not trying to do anything. You've got to get great role models. Utilize resources, mental health support, licensed therapists, counseling, helplines, all kind of your church, your family, your friend, uncle, aunt, or somebody, and find balance. Strive for a healthy work life balance, and engage in self care like physical activity, adequate sleep, and mindful practices to manage stress and support overall health.
That's right.
And when you do those things, man, you can't go wrong.
That's right. That's right. Respect and significant and psychological and social. This is what needed in society. Survive and safety. That's what men need to do.
Hmm.
Make sure you go out there and get some connection. Talk to someone that you feel confidence in. Talk to someone that that you don't mind you sharing or dropping a seed there in them or letting them know how you feel, because there's a lot of folks out here that that's under pressure and cannot deal with society and wants to take away their lives. So look, make sure
Hmm.
men come together and find somebody out there. Don't worry about like the old folks said, don't worry about the mule going blind. sit back and toe the line and get some help out there.
Well, we had a great conversation on our Monday evening After Dark show. A young lady who is bringing to the Hampton Roads a wonderful, wonderful program for men, learning a lot of things that they need to learn and a lot of connections and a lot of resources. You can go on our page. We're going to be posting her promo, and you'll find out some of the things that you can get connected with if you know are part of that conference as well as others. So look, man, you're gonna be all right. Just get connected to God first of all, and you'll see your life change. So be blessed. We'll see you on Fun Friday.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. For more information, give us a call at 757-714-7861, or you can email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com. Don't forget to have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. See you on Friday. Bye now.
Yes. This is a beautiful, beautiful hump day Wednesday. It's beautiful here in Hampton Roads area. We can expect like 60 degrees or a little bit more. It's the fall, and I tell you what, it's yielding some beautiful weather here in the Hampton Roads area. Want to mention a few things that's going on. We got great upcoming shows, and I wanted to mention one thing before we give the upcoming shows. For men to make sure you take this information and also be connected, and also go and find resources for the things that you need specifically. You may be a great steward, or you may be a great daddy, but you may not be a great husband, and you may not be a great co-worker. You may not be a person that is, can verbalize, but there's help and there's resources and there's connections where it can bring out the best in you. But you got to be willing to learn. So look, we got upcoming shows. Talking about somebody that's got a journey. We got Mr. Earl Bynum that's going to be on with us. Going to talk about his journey. New book. He's a new author. Also, we have the Norfolk 17. You got to hear the story of the Norfolk 17. Patricia Turner is going to be on with us. Real Estate with Chris Hinton. Hot Topics, Yolanda Hinton. Around the Town with Edward Everett. Who else do we have? We have
Community advocate.
Yes, Tony. During Black History Month, we're going to bring in advocates and folks and this, that, and the other. We're going to do some giveaways on our After Dark shows during the holiday. We have a young lady that's also a author. She's going to be on with us. We're looking forward to her on our winning segment. But we're going to continue to bring you nothing but the best. We are celebrating 11 years FYI Radio Show. You all have any suggestions for us? If you all want to get connected a little bit more, we're on all social media platforms. But we look forward to getting to know who you are, especially on TikTok, our newest platform. And we look forward to just bringing you a lot of wonderful, valuable things and learning from one another. So look, be blessed. We'll see you on Fun Friday for FYI ladies segment, women's issues. We got issues too, and we need to learn to be better as well.
Have a wonderful day.
God bless you.
If you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor, give us a call, 757-714-7861. Our email is at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com.
You all are a blessing. Thank you so much for your support. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.